last thing we want to happen really is to say that there are 50 slots for us people who are going to take care of our families or friends who are there.
Senator Aline Yamashita believes there's a workable solution to addressing the lack of parking at the Guam Memorial Hospital. A new parking decal system was supposed to begin on Friday to distinguish who's parking at GMH, but those plans have been put on hold temporarily as news of only having 50 public parking stalls isn't sitting well with residents. Hospital Chief of Environmental Services Gordon Misuzawa says Guam law dictates how many parking stalls the hospital is supposed to have.
The minimum requirement for Guam Memorial Hospital would be approximately 341 parking stalls for employees, an additional 80 parking for patients or visitors that are staying at the hospital.
Senator Yamashita, meanwhile, has engaged in discussions with Land Management and Chamorro Land Trust Commission Administrator Monty Mofnis to find nearby land that might be used for a parking garage.
I thought, wow, we can do this. Identify property, see if families would be willing to switch out so that we can have parking closer to the hospital. And so those kinds of conversations are going to happen.
The senator is also looking at leasing the Guam Greyhound to have a secured parking garage for employees and shuttle them to the hospital.
Before we look into getting land outside of the hospital, because if we do get land outside, we need lighting, we need security, and we need transportation.
Misuzawa says the hospital may not need to look too far, as they may be able to get rid of the current island in the middle of the parking lot and turn that into additional stalls. The change, however, would require a new flooding system.
I would think that with the island structure that we have right now, and we would just have a one-way pattern for parking, we can easily add about 100 to 140 more parking stalls.
Without a funding source to pay for the proposed expansion here at the hospital parking lot or for any other alternative, Misuzawa says paid public parking is seriously under consideration.
We don't have the extra money because our priority is still patient care. But we have thought about charging for our parking similar to the airport, because we need some cash flow that can defray some of the costs that we're going to incur.
What those costs are and what the final solution will be remain to be seen until officials meet again next week. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Mindy Egan.